Hello and welcome to this video lecture. In this video, we will be talking about properties of standard deviations. S of whole of a times x plus b equals absolute value of a times s of x. Property of standard deviation. S of whole of a times x plus b equals an absolute value of a times s of x, where s of x is the standard deviation of set x. What this means is parallel movement of data will not affect the standard deviation if the movement simply involves addition. But as the above points out, in the case of multiplication, the standard deviation only shifts by the same factor as each of the elements. Remember, standard deviation is a measure of dispersion. So if everything in a set moves by the exact same amount, the dispersion of those elements will shift in the same way. For example, it is given to us that the standard deviation of set x is equal to 1, 2, 3. Is standard deviation of 1, 2, 3 is equal to a square root of 2 over 3. We are looking for the standard deviation of y equals 3 times x plus 1 equals 3 times 1 plus 1, 3 times 2 plus 1, 3 times 3 plus 1 equals 4, 7, 10. So, you can see each element in set x change in the same way. It was multiplied by 3 and then increased by 1. Now, let's follow our 5-step process to figure out the SD of this new set. Let y be the variable for all values. Step 1. Find the average arithmetic mean. Mean m equals average arithmetic mean of y equals 4 plus 7 plus 10 whole over 3 equals 7. Step 2. For each number in the set, find the difference to the average arithmetic mean. Difference of y from the average of m. 4 minus 7, 7 minus 7, 10 minus 7. Step 3. Square each difference found in step 2. Difference of y from the average of m whole squared. Negative 3 squared, 0 squared, 3 squared. Step 4. Find the average arithmetic mean of squared terms in step 3. Variance of y equals average arithmetic mean of difference of y from the average of m whole squared equals negative 3 squared plus 0 squared plus 3 squared whole over 3 equals 9 plus 0 plus 9 whole over 3 equals 18 over 3 equals 6. Step 5. Take the square root. Standard deviation of y equals a square root of variance of y equals a square root of average arithmetic mean of y minus m whole squared equals a square root of 6. Therefore, the standard deviation of set y equals 3 times x plus 1 equals 4, 7, 10 is a square root of 6. In other words, a standard deviation of set y is a standard deviation of 4, 7, 10 equals a standard deviation of 3 times 1 plus 1, 3 times 2 plus 1, 3 times 3 plus 1 equals a standard deviation of 3 times x plus 1 equals a square root of 6, and standard deviation of set x is equal to a square root of 2 over 3. So, we get a standard deviation of 3 times x plus 1 equals a square root of 6 equals a square root of 9 times 2 over 3, which equals an absolute value of 3 times a square root of 2 over 3 equals an absolute value of 3 times a standard deviation of set x. Exactly in line with the given property of standard deviation. The addition of 1 had no effect on the standard deviation. The only change was the multiplication by 3. Other examples. Two sets, 1, 2, 3, and 101, 102, 103, will have the same standard deviation as the spread of numbers is the same. The only difference is addition. A set 2, 2, 2 is equal to 100, 100, 100 will have 0 as ST. Because there is no spread and logically there's no dispersion here, they're all the same number. No dispersion means no deviation.